Kyle, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
We're great. How was the first taste of Cubs socks at Wrigley over the weekend?
It was nice. I mean, it's always fun playing in Wrigley and in Chicago, and obviously I had the Crosstown Classic going on, so it was a lot of fun to be a part of.
What have you learned about just kind of the, I don't know, settling into the neighborhood, the ballpark, some of the day games, just the atmosphere? It's great when you guys are good too, and you guys certainly are right now. But what has the Wrigley experience been like as a home player now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously winning games definitely helps, but it's been a lot of fun. I mean, our crowd is always out there supporting us. I feel like it's always, for the most part, sold out, and whether it's day game, night game, middle of the week, weekend, doesn't really matter. The fans love to come out and support us. So, I mean, we've been playing really good ball, and hopefully we can continue that today and the rest of the year.
Was it an adjustment to move to more day games, like a weekend series? They're the only team in baseball that plays a home day game on a Friday. Was that an adjustment? Because we've heard that from other players that come here.
Maybe a little bit. I think it also makes it a little bit easier just coming from spring training, doing all that, because, I mean, we play so many day games in spring training. So, I mean, it's obviously a little different than any other team in the league having to play those many day games. But, I mean, I think that transition from spring training to the season definitely helps out. And, it's not bad. We still got to go out there and play and, have fun anyways.
How about that right field, though? The wind, the sun. I mean, over the first 6 weeks, I can't remember sort of a more extreme situation from day to day, hot, cold, like I said, sunny, windy. Is that right field as tough as it gets in the league, or how are you feeling about it?
No, it's great. I had a lot of fun catching those. No, it's awesome. Not too big of a problem. I mean, obviously, yeah, it was pretty windy this past week, and you got the sun right in your face and everything. And I mean, especially this last week, you can see how difficult it is with guys diving all over the place trying to catch it. But I mean, at the same time, you just got to do your best with it and try and catch it and get the ball in. So, I mean, even though it was difficult, I mean, you saw guys making plays all over the place for us. So, I mean, it's just kind of part of playing in the city and playing at that stadium and stuff. So you just got to go out there and do your best.
That right field, everybody says, is hard under normal circumstances, though, right? You got that little part that jets out. I mean, it's just like players have for years always talked about how difficult it can be out there. Have you noticed that at all? Has there been a big adjustment?
Well, obviously, I mean, no other stadium really has all the brick and ivy all the way around the field. And there's not really much of really any foul territory, especially down the lines once you get to the outfield. So that part, it's a little different, but you just got to know that and be aware of your surroundings and everything, and just do the best you can with trying to catch balls or trying to get them in as fast as possible. So, I mean, that's just part of knowing the ballpark and, navigating the field.
Kyle Tucker's our guest. It's Carmen and Jesse's in for Jurko. He joins us on ESPN Chicago and the ESPN Chicago app. Like you said, when you win, everything seems to just be a little bit easier. The vibe's got to be good. But what have you come to know and like about this group of guys? You guys have had a lot of amazing comebacks. There seems to be an energy and like a vibrancy about this group. What is it kind of just about the clubhouse that you're kind of digging at this point in the season?
Yeah, well, obviously, everyone contributes in their own way. I mean, from our lineup, just 1 through 9, everyone's able to do their job and do their part with hitting or drawing walks. I know we're at the top of the league with walks, putting the balls in play, extra base hits, stolen bases. We can win in multiple different fashions. So I think it also makes it easier rather than just knowing you got to go out there and, hit a couple, like 2, 3 run homers. And, because that's also really difficult. But when we're able to win in so many different ways, whether it's playing defense, running the bases, hitting, like it definitely makes it easier because you don't have to put so much emphasis on one part of the game. So I think really everyone kind of contributes to that on all sides of the ball.
And a guy that sort of epitomizes the ability to contribute in all sides is, of course, the one playing next to you in center. PCA, he's getting so much attention. Kyle, can you describe what we're seeing out of him? You played with some really good ones in Houston. I'm not sure many of them had the same skill set when you talk about how fast he is, and then you add the power to it. You have a great, obviously, vantage point of PCA's game. Describe it to us from a Major League Baseball player's perspective.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, you guys can see all the different kinds of tools that Pete puts on pretty much every single day. I mean, his defense, is definitely top tier. I mean, he's very fast in the outfield, tracks the balls down really well, has a cannon of an arm that you guys have seen on display multiple times this year. And then on the other side, he's, I think he has like 13, 14 stolen bases already. 12 home runs. So, I mean, he's able to put the ball in play, do it with power, run the bases really well, and also be able to track a lot of balls down in the outfield and cut runners down on the bases. So, I mean, he's able to do everything that you want out of a player and out there on a baseball field. So he's done a really good job at, kind of honing in all of his skills this year and kind of putting it out on display out on the field.
He's been great. Before right now, when was the last time someone asked about your upcoming free agency and if you are or aren't going to sign?
How many times a week do you get that question?
I'm guessing
Kyle?
It's been recent.
Yeah, I get it, quite a good amount of times. But I mean, I'm just out here trying to play the game and not worry about it too much and, deal with that a little later.
Are you feeling it at all or sensing it from the fans when you hear the kind of reaction, whether it's they're hollering at you on the street when you're passing by or in the ballpark or on sports talk radio, wherever it is, because the pay Kyle, like keep that man, pay that man his money. I mean, that's been a pretty popular refrain from Cub fans here. Like, you must notice it a little, I would imagine. Like, how do you process some of that?
I mean, it's nice that, hearing it from the fans that, they want you to, stay with the team and, how much support that and love that they're giving you and everything. So that's been really nice from the fan base side. And I mean, all I try and do is just go out there and win games, just like we're going to try and do tonight, and try and do my best to help out the team in however way I can, But I mean, for the most part, I just focus on playing ball and going out there and just doing my part to win those games and kind of just let the other pieces kind of fall into place whenever they shall.
I know we're only 6 weeks in. The summer hasn't hit yet, Kyle, but have you experienced Chicago? Have you been to some restaurants? What's it like away from the field for a Kyle Tucker?
I mean, we've gone out a few times. I mean, especially like the off days or, having those day games that, we play so often. You have more of a night off to where you can go out and grab some dinners and stuff like that, or, have a little bit more of the normal life, just going out and hanging out with your family and stuff. So, I mean, I'd try and get a decent amount of dinners in with my wife as much as I can, especially since we're, on the road for so long, just trying to have that downtime together and just try and relax and get prepared for the next day and try and get to bed early. So you got to wake up early for all the day games. But,
for sure.
It's been a lot of fun just hanging out in the city and everything and just trying to enjoy my time here.
What's the hardest part about hitting big league pitching at this point? Jesse and I were talking about just some of the averages across the league and how hard it is to hit and string runs together. And the velocity in this game is so great. You seem to do equally as well, righty or lefty. But what's the hardest thing about hitting big league pitching in 2025?
Probably the fact that you got to do it every day. I mean, if you just got to go out there, every now and then face a guy that's throwing 100, like that's fine. Like you just kind of deal with it then. But when you got to do it every single day, you kind of got to lock in every single at bat and everything. So that's probably the most difficult part, is just trying to, maintain that focus and everything just from a day in and day out standpoint. Just because there's so many great pitchers that throw hard and have such good off speed pitches and can locate really well that you can't really take too many pitches or at bats off. So just honestly, just the everyday at bats is probably the toughest part.
Keep up the good work. The start has been pretty incredible. We appreciate your time today. Thanks for joining us. All right.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Kyle.